Hey everyone, Kim here. So, if you know who I am, or if you don't know, I'm a arcade gamer. This isn't my main channel, but yeah, I mostly do gaming on my main channel, and I mostly try my best to avoid politics. But this is just something I just wanna point out. So yeah, I have a love and interest for as Japan and Japanese culture, and yeah, I do focus on the politics that happen there. Which we're gonna have to admit, Japan does have a immigration problem and a problem with Muslims and that. And one of the things a lot of people are doing, especially in Japan, is wage baiting when it comes to immigration. Now I know that there's a problem with immigration, but there are times where the wage baiting is good, and there are times where the wage baiting is just bad. This is a YouTuber, Kenobi. So if you go to his channel, he mostly focuses on immigration and street interviews with foreigners, and he doesn't do much interviews with Japanese people. And before I start with the main topic, the whole point I'm making this video in the first place is that you should know a bit more about him. He is a major Sanseido glazer and has a conservative for Japan. Y'all don't support Sanseido, so it's okay. So the guy has Takaichi derangement syndrome, and he falsely accused the Conservative Party of Japan of being pro immigration, which is all bullshit. And he made a video bashing the party, and the old title was the Conservative Party is pro-immigrant, but he actually changed the title of the video, and I think he was just jealous that the Conservative Party was getting more spotlight during the snap election than Sanseido. But yeah, but anyway, on to the main topic of why I made this video. So he made a video of he went claiming that he went to a Turkish mosque. Yeah, and for those who don't know, there are mosques in Japan, and no one wants him there. I get it's a major issue, but he does his wage bait videos. It's oh, look at this Turkish mosques, this is bad. So the problem with the place he went to is that it's sort of a mosque. It's actually the Tokyo Kami. It's a Turkish community center, and they have a mosque in it. But they also do other stuff for Turkish people who are living in Japan, and I'm going to talk about this place later on. So just hanging in there. So in the video, Ken went to some guy, a Turkish man, who was just I'm hanging out outside the Tokyo Kami, and asking him "Oh, what are you what are you doing?" And I think there was another guy who was with him, and as Ken was walking away, the guys contacted security And yes, the Tokyo Kami has less security. I think it's because of like their ties with the Turkish embassy. So security was like telling him like you don't have permission to film it, and Ken was just like arguing with him and that. I don't remember if he was like Japanese or a half Japanese, half Turkish, but he did say like, "Dog, if you don't stop filming and leaving, I'm gonna call the police." And he did have the right to call them because like it's their rules. Like just because you are Japanese and this is your country doesn't mean you would have the right to do whatever you want. You still have to follow like the rules in that. And what I find funny in this video is that Ken is trying to make the security guard and the other Turkish guy look like they can't speak Japanese, which is funny because Ken is trying to like rage bait the fellow English speakers because like rage baiting gives you a lot of views, but the security guard started speaking Japanese and Ken is trying to like make him speak English. And I think the security guard could speak a little bit of English, but the security guard also pointed out that the Turkish embassy is near the Tokyo Kami, which he is right. It's a 13-minute drive from the embassy to the Tokyo Kami. The security guard looks half Turkish, and he said he is a Japanese citizen, but Ken's like, "Still, no, you're not. No, you're a foreigner, and that like." And Ken just wants to like non-stop argue with him, and Ken keeps trying to like change the conversation to like English. I'm hoping he could like, I guess, like get it out all the Japanese talking, because there's some sort of like a message Ken is trying to tell. But yeah, like I think Ken should have never uploaded that video because I have a feeling that like some of his like subscribers or supporters are finally turning his back on him, and even I like posted a comment like telling him like you should do like research before making a video. But it is true, Ken did not do research on the Tokyo Kami before making that video. That was his fault. But again, I understand Japan has a immigration problem, and I think they need to like fix it. But like it or not, there's always been like Turkish people living in Japan. I've seen many when I lived there, and they seem nice. I don't know if any of the Turkish people I met are Muslim, but not all of them are. So according to their about page on their website, it says the history of the Tokyo Kami dates back to the pre-war dates back in 1938, which is a very long time ago. Like that was even before World War II, I think. And it was built for the like Turkish people who escaped the Russian Revolution and like immigrated to Japan. So So even like the Turks immigrating there has been happening for like all these years. Yeah, and when I called the Tokyo Kami sort of a MOX, they do other things too. They do something called like Shahada. I don't know. It's translated Testimony of Fate. I don't know what that is, but they do they do weddings too for like Turkish people and like funeral stuff, you know. But in reality, like Turkey is an ally of like Japan, and there was even a time where the Turkish ambassador was like trying to get the Kurds out, and because he was saying that the Kurds are being used by the terrorist group, the PKK, which is a major security risk because they are a terrorist organization, and he's been begging Japan to label them as a terrorist group, but for some reason they haven't. So now I'm gonna read some comments people have been saying. Has someone who supports you regarding illegal immigration spreading across the world today and the wrong policies implemented by countries? I just want to say this. The Tokyo Kami in Tokyo is not a structure representing a Islamic style of occupation, but rather the continuation of a place of worship established by Tatar Turk Muslims who settled in Japan in the 1930s. Its original construction began in 1936 and it was reopened in 1938. There happened restoration proceeds in the 2000s and it's rebuilt. This is not occupation, but the natural result of historic processes which has trade, migration, and cultural exchange through which different communities' beliefs have appeared across many parts of the world. Even in a society often perceived as close like Japan, traces of diverse ethnic and religious groups can be found. It's always been normal for great states and cities to host multiple peoples and cultures. For example, today in Istanbul, churches, I can't pronounce that word, and other non-Muslim places of worship still exist and continues to function. I think instead of disrupting others by filming without permission and targeting them, it's more appropriate to understand the historical and cultural context behind such places. Yeah, and here's another comment. You're just pathetic. You were disappointed that the Moroccan man didn't give you the answer you wanted to hear. So you desperately tried to put words in his mouth that would betray him in a bad light. And he tried to do the same thing with the security guard too. The mosque was built completely legally, and the people are practicing their religion normally. You didn't go there for an interview, but with the intention of provoking them into saying exactly what you wanted to hear so you could get views, which is exactly what he did. Respect those men for not giving in to your provocations. This only proves that you don't conduct neutral reporting, but merely try to generate negative reactions through provocation. And I understand that there are like good and bad Muslims. Like the good Muslims, like respect the country they're in and they follow the rules and they assimilate. They don't cause like trouble. They don't want to like take over and that. And we have bad Muslims, the extremists, and the radicals. They are the ones who want to like take over a country. They are the ones who do like the mass prayer in like public. That's a sign they want to take over. They want Sharia law. They want like cousin marriages and like child marriage, which legal. They are the sick and disgusting ones that we don't want. And we have another comment. I am not supporting illegal immigration, but religious buildings are needed in a country for sure, such as mosques. And yeah, that's something that we probably don't want to hear, but have to accept. And also, the churches oh my god, I can't read my English is my first language and I suck at it. Temples, etc. Also, the mosque in Tokyo was built in 1938. Showa period was one of the most conservative period in Japan's history, yet they built a mosque in the capital city. This is not about conservatism at all. And there's another comment right here. We can see you from your eyes, Ken. You're starving for attention. Cursing and yelling at a place of playing. It's unnecessary. Ironically, you don't see them invading shrines and making demands. Well, the bad Muslims are the ones who make demands. And they probably invade Shinto shrines too, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Turkish Muslims don't invade shrines or make demands. The reality is that you have Muslim locals, Christians, and Buddhists as well. If they can respect one another, why can't you? These places are among the safest. If they break the law, I'm sure the authorities will be onto them like a gang of ninjas. Not really. The police are shit. I still have faith in the Japanese immigration system. Why can't you? Because Ken needs to wage bait for views. And he needs to harass foreigners who just want to go on a holiday for views too. He even got hate on X too. Here's a post from someone. You need to know the history of Tokyo Kami before you interview there. It is an asset of the Turkish embassy, and not just anyone can freely take videos. It's similar to how not everyone is allowed to film the American embassy, even from the outside. And his failed wage bait was so bad. Guess who caught him? Guess who? And since his failed wage bait attempt was so bad, guess who was now involved as Takayaki Tahishi. If you've never heard of him, he's been like calling out the Kurdish issue in Japan for years, and he has his own website keeping track of the Kurds in Kawaguchi. And when it comes to the Kurdish issue, Takayaki is the expert on it. And even he thinks it's a dumb video, because he said this: "Stop it. This is a place of friendship between Japan and the Turkish people, built in 1938, and it's a very friendly place." So yeah, he was involved, and oh boy, Ken was coping, because he said this: "Y'all don't know, a place of friendship, There was a place like that during the Japanese Empire era. I didn't even shred of respect for the Japanese. If you say Islam belongs in Islamic countries, you are anti-Islamist. They call the police. What's that all about? What kind of friendship is that? Ishi, seriously, don't get cocky, old man. Like, this is just fucking cope. This is what it is. It's cope. And there was another post that I might make a separate video on. It says, I think he is paid by someone to do this kind of content. And I'm gonna make a separate video on that because that is a theory. So yeah, it was a major L for Ken. And if you want me to talk about like the Muslim problem in Japan, I can make a video on that. And there are other things I want to like talk about and want to make separate videos on, like Sanseido, Saned, Takaichi. I'm gonna make videos on those, but yeah, I guess that's it. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.